In this video, we're going to be talking about these. The brand new Brooks Ghost 15. What is up everybody, and welcome to FORDY Runs, and welcome to a Brooks review. Yeah, we haven't had many Brooks on the channel, and this shoe was sent to me by Brooks, but as always on FORDY Runs, I'm not getting paid by Brooks. My opinions are going to be very honest, and I'm going to say anything I like, so don't panic about that. It's transparency as always on this channel. But yeah, these shoes were sent to me by Brooks, and I'm kind of excited because I want to try and look at this shoe with an open mind and not go into it like I usually do with Brooks, thinking, oh no, it's another boring Brooks. So here we go. Right, so I'm going to try and do this review in a constructive way, people. Yes, as always, it's not scripted, which you probably guessed by now, but I am going to try and do this review in a bit more of a constructed way to give you some feedback on this shoe without me just being horrible about it, okay? And just a spoiler alert, I'm not going to be completely horrible about it, all right? So I'm going to try and be as constructive as I can. Firstly, though, let's do the stats and features. So the shoe's 300 grams, it's going to be about £130 when it's released. I've had the shoe since October. I wasn't allowed to put any videos out until November. I'm a little bit late, but that's because I've been busy. But yeah, I've had the shoe since October and we've been running it. Yeah, we've got a new upper, looks the same as the other one. We've got though, and this is the interesting bit, we've got, where is it? DNA Loft version 2. Now this is not the same compound that's in the Glycerine 20. It's still the sort of old-fashioned, but what they've done with it, they made it a little bit more lighter, a little bit more softer underfoot. So they've tuned up DNA Loft 2 in this shoe. We've still got a monster outsole. Look at this thing. It's like lugs on it, people, which is good news. I'll come on to that. It retains everything you'd want from a Ghost. Now, don't forget the Ghost is Brooks' most popular line, I think, and this just makes like truckloads of money for Brooks, okay? So this thing is like their mainstay. Now, the other thing to bear in mind, this shoe does have a 12mm drop, which is quite unusual in the sort of current era of running shoes. 12mm drop is a little bit out there as an outlier. Most of the sort of daily trainers running shoes at the moment are like between 8 and 10, and some of them, if you go down to sort of like the Shift, they're like a 4mm drop. So a 12mm drop's quite different, I would say, and we'll come on to how that feels in a little bit. I think that's it in terms of stats and features. There's plenty of room in the toe box. The upper is breathable, and again, the overall comfort is as you'd expect from Brooks. Okay, so this shoe is a daily trainer. If you don't know anything about the Ghost, and as I said, it's their mainstay, it's their sort of bread and butter from the Brooks line. The positives first. Right, so firstly, I like the outsole. I think the grip is fantastic in this shoe. It's been wet over here in the UK, and I think the outsole is phenomenal. It says designed in Seattle, so I don't know whether that's good or bad. But yeah, the outsole is phenomenal on this shoe. I like the improved lightness of the shoe. I think that's noticeable. 300 grams is okay. I think £130 in terms of price point is good, and you're going to get these discounted down. I like the upper, I like the feeling of the upper, I like the comfort around the heel area, that's very good. And yeah, that's probably about all the good bits. I don't like the 12mm drop. I really do feel like my heel is up here and my foot's down here, and I think that's made worse because of the sort of really small amount of foam under my forefoot. I'll come on to that again in a second when we get into more of it, but I don't like the heel to toe drop. The 12mm drop is noticeable in this shoe, and I think a lot of that is because I do run, you know, 8mm drop shoes. I'm in the Shift, which is a 4mm drop shoe, so I would say it's a significant point to raise, the fact of that 12mm drop. If you're used to running the Ghost, you ain't gonna have a problem, but I really noticed it. I don't like the feeling from the midsole. Despite it being lighter and bouncier, there's no energy return, there's no bounce, there's no feeling of speed. When you do pick it up, you really feel the ground underneath your foot, which is annoying. You might like that, but I don't particularly like that. There's just nothing there in terms of the feedback from the midsole that makes me feel awesome. So again, to try and quantify that, with the Nova Blast 3, put the outsole to one side, but the Nova Blast 3, I get a really nice bounce and a spring off that Flight Foam Blast Plus. It feels springy under toe, yeah, so if I was rating it out of 10, I'd give it probably about an 8. out of 10 off the toe in terms of, you know, how it feels. Where this, I'd give it about a 3. Hopefully that quantifies it. And I think that's down to the lack of foam under the forefoot. So if I was Brooks, I'd be looking to increase that there. And again, this is, a lot of this comes down to the fact that we're in an age of max cushion shoes, and you know, there's like the prime strung and all this sort of stuff where it's all under there. So again, maybe I'm being spoiled. But there's no feeling of pop under toe with the shoe. The ride in the heel, when you start getting into longer miles, you can really feel again that underneath the heel you sort of not bottoming out, but you lose that sensation of cushioning as well, which is a little bit annoying. And as a daily trainer, I don't think this is at all functionable. Now, what do I mean by that? Yes, this is versatile if you are a runner who just likes to go out and run, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think actually, if you're just someone who wants to do part run, a few runs in the week because that's your thing, then yeah, this is going to work for you. But for me, who's somebody who works through multiple training rotations, training blocks, when I'm looking for shoes that do various jobs, then this shoe doesn't give me anything. I can't use it as a daily trainer because it doesn't offer me the versatility to do the easy stuff and then go long. I can't use it as obviously a speed shoe because that's not what it's designed for. The only thing that this is good for me is to maybe run down to club and run back again, and you know, do a coach session down there. Maybe it's a little bit scrappy down the canal toe pass. I need something that's got plenty of grip. This is going to work because the grip on this is fantastic. That's one of the big positives of the shoe. So for me, it lacks versatility, and with a daily trainer, I need versatility. So I think, and again, I'm trying to be constructive, I do believe that this shoe is stuck in a time warp. That's not me having a go at Brooks, because I know the designers are sitting there going, we want to bring this out, we want to bring this out. But when this shoe's making that much money, why would you change it? There is absolutely nothing wrong with the Ghost 15 if you like the Ghost lineup. You're going to love this shoe. The improvements in the midsole compound, the lighter feeling of it, it's great. There's no arguing about that. But when you compare this shoe to a Nova Blast 3, for example, and I'm using the Nova Blast because it is probably one of the best daily trainers of the year. But when you do compare that, you go to yourself, oh, I'm going to probably go down that route because it's just got a little bit more pep. Or, for example, with this amount of stack underfoot, you might go New Balance Rebel 3, which has got the fuel cell. Again, it's got a little bit more spice to it. And that's the thing with the Brooks. This is a good shoe as a Ghost shoe. But if you're not into Brooks or you're not into Ghost, there's nothing here for you, okay? So again, just to absolutely quantify my point, the Ghost 15 is a good continuation of the Ghost lineup. But there are much better shoes out there, people. Just because you run in Brooks at the moment, don't be scared to leave Brooks, okay? There is other great shoes out there, and that's probably where I want to leave it. So big shout out to Brooks for sending me the shoe. Mad love. Because, you know, I've not been the biggest fan of Brooks over the years, and I'm not beating down on Brooks in this video. I say the Ghost 15 is a good shoe if you like the Ghost lineup, but to be honest with you guys, there's just still better out there.